Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video we're going to take a look at a new knife from We Knife Co. or We Knives. This is the model 604, and what makes this model really interesting is the incredible machine work that was done on the handles here, as you can see. So a model that I've been looking forward to since Blade Show, where they had some prototypes of this knife, and I had the opportunity to handle it. So we'll go through the specs, overall impressions, and details, of course. Let me show you quickly what it ships with. Has the We Knife box, of course, and a We Knife pouch. Inside the pouch, although it's really nice and felt lined, is something really important, which is the tool for the proprietary hardware. So much like the previous We Knife 601 that I've got right here, this knife does use proprietary star-shaped hardware, which is pretty cool because they do give you the necessary tool. Now, unlike the 601, this one did not come with extra hardware, so just be mindful of that when you order it. All right, specs. I'm going to move that out of the way. So let me tell you quickly, there are quite a few different variants of the 604 out there. This one is the recurve model. There's also a modified Tonto model. There are models with plain titanium handles, purple anodized handles, blackened handles. This one does have a PVD coating on the primary bevel and satin flats. Some of the other models have it swapped, so you have a PVD on the flats and satin primary bevels and so on and so forth. So a lot of different possible combinations out there. If you guys are looking for something in particular, you'll just have to check the major retailers until you find the combination that you really want. So those would include, I believe, Knife Center, Blade HQ, and Blades 101. Alright, spec-wise, we'll bring in the 601 here for comparison. Blade length of about 3.75 inches here on the 604. Handle length of about 5, giving us an overall of about 8.75 inches. Handle thickness is about 0.56 inches, and it does weigh in at 4.4 ounces thereabout. Now, S35VN for the blade steel. And again, this one does have a portion that's PVD coated or a PVD-like coating. I didn't specify or double check what type of coating it was. It's not DLC though. And this model does retail just below the $300 mark at $298. I believe it's the same price at all the retailers. So as of, September 2016, that's what you can expect to pay. Ceramic bearings and ceramic detent, and again this one is a titanium frame lock flipper, and although it does have a hole here, it is non-functioning on this model. Either my hands are too big, or it was designed as an aesthetic feature, not a functional one, but I can't use it on this one, so before you ask, I suppose. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the specs. In terms of overall impressions, I'm going to leave this one here for a moment. But I was really impressed here with the model 601, and everyone I know that picked one up was also really impressed with the model. Still really enjoy this one, which is why I still have it, of course. This model, I was expecting the same level of fit and finish. And really looking forward to checking out the intricate machine work and detail work that this knife employs. And I'm really happy. Same quality, same fit and finish levels as the 601. Some really nice features on this one, but again, just that crazy machine work here is really cool. And this is, it's busy, but it's still tastefully done. So that's why I was interested in it. Alright, let's get into the details. I'm going to start off with the action here. So again, ceramic bearing, ceramic detent ball. This one's still breaking in, but very smooth, really nice action. It does take it a little bit of a jump to get the detent ball up onto the tang of the blade here. So there we go, and then very, very smooth. So action's really good, of course. This one, as far as the, I guess the movement of the flipper tab, it wants to essentially go straight back. It doesn't really want to be pushed down, so of course that's called a light switch, where you pull it back, or that's what we refer to it in the knife hobby. So while we're on that subject, really nice cutout here to disengage. They did something I quite like, which is they left the show side scale completely smooth and add a little bit of texture to the actual lock bar side. So you can get in there and gives you a little bit more positive grip to disengage. So that was a well thought out feature right there. It does have a stainless steel lock insert, of course. Centering is perfect. Very, very solid. No wiggle on this one, so great lockup, and the lockup position is just about, well, I don't know, 50% or so. Okay. So this one, it looks almost like an integral construction, but as you can see by the line right there, it's not. They've cleverly put a line on the spine of the knife here, and that hides the the mating portion of the two scales, and it looks like an integral construction. Something else that's really neat, of course, is that you don't see any visible screws on the show scale, discounting the pivot, of course, and then on the lock side, aside from the pocket clip screw and the stainless steel lock insert screw, it's very clean as to not take away from, of course, the machining. And the way they accomplish that, of course, you have one contact point at the pivot, and then the second contact point is just the pocket clip screw that attaches the pocket clip to the lock side frame, and also attaches the two frames, so a little bit longer there and holds everything together. And it's completely solid, very functional, and a nice adaptation on this knife to, again, not take away or show any screws here on the show side. So give you an up close look. Of course, the pivot has the WE for Wee knives, done in a, I don't know, Asian artistic fashion. Can't think of a better way to describe it. But here is the machining up really, really close. Give you guys an idea of all the different track paths that the CNC had to do. And aside from having the really cool machining, it's still a contoured knife. So they had to accomplish that in several different positions, essentially. So really cool. Long, slender package with a primarily self-enclosed blade. Carries in the pocket very well, as you can imagine. Ergos, just spot on. The contoured handle is kind of long and slender. Just fits in the hand really, really well. So, yeah, very nice. Now there is some jimping here at the spine of the blade. Does not grab in the slightest, so doesn't really do much in terms of lock. Well, if you push down really hard, you do find a little bit, but fairly low traction. There's also some texturing or jimping here on the flipper tab that does aid a little bit as well. So, pocket clip, very long and slender, with one screw contact point. Very solid, no movement in the pocket clip, which is excellent. And then that long, slender pocket clip, what it affords you is you cannot feel it in the hand in the slightest. So, that was essentially the reason for such a kind of long, slender pocket clip. A little bit of a pokey portion here at the end, but still definitely manageable, and does have some nice spring tension, so still works well. Going back to the blade real quick, again, recurve shape with kind of a drop point and a swedge up top, flat grind. I did take this to some double thick cardboard just to test it out. sliced through with relative ease. There was a little tiny bit of burnishing on the coating at the edge here. I'm not sure if it's actually going to show up. But the PVD coating or PVD type coating, could be a Teflon type, seems to be holding up fairly well. If you put some really abrasive compounds to it, I imagine this will scratch. So yeah, edge was razor sharp out of the box. Again, it went through the double thick cardboard with quite a bit of ease. I was really impressed. The grind is very symmetric, but again, overall, really impressed with the offering, especially at the price point. So there has been a really high degree of skeletonizing here on the inside of the handles to lighten it up as much as possible while still maintaining a balance point that is here at the choil. So yeah, all right, I guess that's pretty much it. Again, the WeKnife 604 here. I continue to be impressed by this company. Kind of came out of nowhere, much like many of the other Chinese manufacturers did, and definitely brought their A game. So, this is upping the ante, putting additional pressure on the overseas manufacturers, as well as the American knife companies, forcing everyone to innovate, to do more machining, to bring more features, to bring better steels, and to bring them in at better prices. So, increased competition is always good for us as the consumers. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at this video. If you do have any questions, let me know. Or if you guys have already bought this knife and you see some questions down in the comment section, feel free to chime in and, give answers or share your thoughts. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.